it's Kimberly here. Thank you all for coming to my channel. And it's raining here. It's starting to pick up. There's a little storm moving in, so hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm going to try to do this quick enough that hopefully it won't start pounding on the car. I have a new snack. It's called Veggie Straws. I don't know what it tastes like. I'm going to try it right now. I've never eaten these, but they come in different colors. This is a yellow. I don't know what this is. Tastes like a French fry. This is orange. Tastes sort of like a French fry. This is a green one. I don't know if the color means anything, but it tastes okay. It's kind of like a little, kind of like some kind of chip, I guess. Zesty Ranch. I got it at the dollar store for $1 or Dollar General. Okay. I'm going to talk about a new stimulus package, if you haven't heard. This is going to be a massive, bigger than the one that we just got, or that was just passed. Let me say it that way. Hold on just a minute. It's supposed to be a $3 trillion plan, and this is mostly, it's going to affect our infrastructure. There's a lot it's packed with all kinds of stuff. So this is probably going to be a two-part stimulus. I'll probably do something today and another video tomorrow. But a lot of the infrastructure that they were talking about during the Trump administration will be included in this package, which Trump, that was one of his promises to do, and he never got around to doing it. He was not successful at doing that. This would involve the roads, fixing the roads, bridges, the infrastructure itself, just, connecting cities and making highways more accessible, making just new infrastructure and repairing old infrastructure. And it would probably take a decade or more, really. Who knows? You know how construction is. When they start working on a road or a highway, it takes forever. And so this would be through not just the Biden administration. It won't be finished in the Biden administration. Even a two-term administration for the Biden administration, I don't think it would work, because this would be across the whole of America. And this country needs this. It really needs this. And I don't know if some of you who are around long enough, I think most of you are old enough, you remember when the speed limit was changed from, I think it used to be 70 miles an hour, and they pulled the speed limit back to 55 miles an hour. That was the national speed limit for a long time. Some of you younger people may not realize this. And they've just recently, well, not recently, it's been several years that they've raised it back up. And when they did that 55 speed limit, it really wrecked the economy of the country. It cost billions in the economy. And there was no, I don't want to say need. At that time, it wasn't the main goal of fixing the infrastructure of the logistical roadways and everything of this country. It wasn't, if you're going to lower the speed limit to 55, it didn't make any sense then, and it wasn't really talked about that much. But now the speed limit is higher because trucking can get, the trucks have to get to their destinations in a timely manner. And when the speed limit was lowered, it really affected the economy in a huge way. And that wasn't acknowledged for a long time. And finally, raising the speed limit was one of the main economic reasons. It was done for economic reasons. It wasn't for so people can just drive fast, so they can get from place to place, in a faster time. that really had nothing to do with it. It had to do with helping the economy. So raising the speed limit allowed truckers to drive, that much faster, get to their destination, because our country is so massive in the territory that they have to drive. Sometimes is long haul truckers go cross country to 1,000 miles, 3,000 miles sometimes, carrying a load, and we don't have train structures that go all the way across the country, so it has to be either shipped by air freight, which is going to be mostly packages or things that people order online. But for like grocery stores and huge stores, they have to use the roadways. And so now that the speed limit is higher, and getting back, that really did help our economy, our infrastructure is it's crumbling, and it needs repair. There's all kinds of infrastructure that needs to be widened and expanded and repaired. So that's a huge part of this stimulus package. And education will be part of it. Climate change initiatives will be put into that also. Income equality, fixing sewers, broadband expansion, especially in the rural parts of America where a lot of people, they don't get internet in huge parts of, there's expansive parts of the country that are not very populated, and they don't get good internet, and everybody should have access to that in this day and time. So that, to me, is, I think that's a really important part. And also electric charging stations. Because of the climate change and the push for more electric vehicles to get off fossil fuels, this is going to be put into trying to make a lot of charging stations, because a lot of the car companies are going electric. There's many trucking firms that have gone electric or are pushing themselves. They're, getting the electric trucks and trying to push their program into, all electric trucks for the environment, and just for the climate change, they're being very responsible trying to do that. And free college, community college, most likely. I think university or expensive schools, I think that they're not gonna do away with those institutions. So the free community college would be probably the smaller, less expensive ones that are more accessible. That would be in maybe not huge cities, maybe not like in New York or Chicago, well, there's a lot of community colleges in those cities, but the major colleges probably wouldn't be affected so much by this. But the small community colleges, where a lot of working class people who, it would be much easier for them to get a scholarship or probably a whole free ride to a community college to either get a 2-year trade degree or program, or either a 4-year college degree. So I think that's really a great idea too. And the child tax credit, which I believe it's $3,600 for the kids under 6, and $3,000 for age 7 to, I think, 17. And that will go on till the end of 2021, I believe. But I don't think it's been implemented. I think they're having such a backlog with the IRS, and it will be probably implemented, I think, July or somewhere around there. Later on, they're having a 2-month backlog on a lot of the paper returns for the IRS. And also the IRS extended the tax date for this year to, I think, May 17th. And if it does change, I really don't know that they would extend it any longer. Probably not. But that will be, that'll be seen if it comes to that later on. And one of the things that is super important, I think, that everybody wants to know is about the recurring stimulus checks, or the possibility of them. There's Still a huge possibility that that could happen. And if it does happen, the amount and how often or how frequent, it's up in the air. Who knows at this point, because this plan has not been completely finalized. Probably in about a week to 2 weeks, they should have it be sent to Congress and have it voted on. And I really don't have a lot of faith in the recurring stimulus package. I believe that if we do get more stimulus, I think it might be one or a few checks. I just don't see them doing the $2,000 recurring stimulus. Like, I think it was in May 2020, Sanders and Kamala Harris and Senator Ed Markey, they were the ones who really were pushing for the $2,000 monthly recurring stimulus checks. And I kind of just don't see that happening. It would be fantastic and wonderful, and I would love it, but I'm sure a lot of us would love it, but I don't have a lot of faith that that's going to be pushed through. I do think that we will get another stimulus check, and if we do, it will be months from now. Nothing's really been said about it completely, any kind of complete details, but that it's being called for by many senators, many Democrat senators. And I don't know if the Republicans are going to participate in it again, or if we're going to have to do it by budget reconciliation again, passing another stimulus package through budget reconciliation is most likely what's going to happen. And the fact that Republicans don't want to participate in the recovery of this country, it just, I don't even have the words. I can't even understand how they cannot understand that this stimulus check that has already been given out has already pumped up the economy in just a few short weeks of just a few millions that have been sent out. And they, not everybody has gotten all the stimulus checks from this $1,400 round. And it has already been acknowledged by Wall Street how good it has been. So the rest of the people who are still waiting, they're about to infuse the economy with some of their money also once they get these checks. Some people are saving it, which is a good idea, and also investing it. People are becoming more smarter with their money, and they're realizing, to invest for a future. If you double or triple your money, yes, you can buy more stuff. You buy a house, you buy a better car, you buy furniture, you buy clothing, items, pay your bills on time. It's, it just helps the economy. And if they can't see this, I'm just at a loss for words. I just don't know what to say to these people who can't understand, in the middle of something like this is one of the worst times in the history of our nation. And they can't seem to understand that, having 20 million people unemployed with no money to put into the economy, they can't understand how bad that effect is going to have on the economy of the U.S. I don't understand. Okay, well, I'll probably do another video tomorrow talking more about this stimulus package, but thank you all, and I hope everybody gets their stimulus. Hope everybody is doing well, and thank you so much for coming to my channel.